Alright, so what we got here is our Behringer GDI 21 direct box. It's a active DI is the main use for it that I use it for. It's similar to the one I use for my bass, but it's a little bit different. It's actually got some amp modeling in it. You can look, I don't know if you can see real well in this video, but it's got a California, which is like a Mesa Boogie, a British, which is supposed to be like a Marshall, and then the Tweed setting, which is supposed to be like a Tweed amp. And then for each amp, which is this switch, you can do the mod, which can either be clean, high gain, or hot, which just affects how overdriven it sounds. And then you can do, this one is for mic, so where the mic would be set for the modeling, changes the sound a little bit. And then there's a ground lift switch there at the end. This switch here is the switch that actually turn it on or off or on. Then you've got a drive, a treble, a bass, and a level. So that's the basics of that. We're going to put everything at 12 o'clock for right now. So we're going to plug a guitar in and try out some sounds on it. See what y'all think. Okay, so here we go. This is just a clean sound straight with this bypass straight into the amp. It's my Epiphone SG, the white one that I pretty much always use on these videos. Actually, it's going to the PV amp instead of the Epiphone amp, just because that's the one that's plugged up right now. But same idea. That is just the clean tone. No modifications being made by the box. It does have XLR output as well to go straight into a board, that sort of thing, because it is a DI box, but we're not using it as that right now. It does work really well as that. I have used it as one before. Okay, so here we go. We are going to start off on the Tweed setting, clean, with everything at 12 o'clock. We turn it on. Here we go. That's pretty good sounding, all things considered. And this is going to go up to the British setting next. This is your Marshall setting. Definitely gives it a volume boost, but sounds pretty good, I think. Definitely changes the sound of the amp, so serving its purpose. And then we're going to go up to the California, which is meant to be like your Mesa Boogie rectifier sort of sound. So there you go. We're going to turn the gain all the way down to clean, just. Okay, so on the Mesa Boogie California setting, you really can't get a completely clean tone. And same thing with your Brit. But the Tweed can get actually just completely clean. So that's kind of cool. Now we're going to put the drive back up to 12 o'clock. And we're going to switch up to your high gain setting for the Tweed. Whoa! Turn that down a little bit, sorry. Alright, now we're going to switch up to the Brit. This is going to be your Marshall. This is your Marshall sound. Okay, and then we're going to switch up to the California, the Mesa Boogie rectifier sound for it. switch back down to Tweed and go into hot mode. Alright, this is going to be your Brit mode. Alright, then we're going to do the Mesa Boogie to California mode. So that is all the different amp models it does, and as you can see, you can do, if you put the drive all the way down in clean mode, or Tweed mode in clean, you can get a nice clean sound. And then if you switch it over to say Brit, hot, and turn the drive all the way up, you get a nice hot sound. So that's kind of cool. It's got some good variety to it. Let's see. Let's put it back on Tweed. Alright, now I'm just going to show you real quick the difference between the different mic placements. So here is a classic. Here is center. And then here is off X. So it doesn't make a humongous difference, but it's a nice little change. Then of course you've got your turn your treble up and it gets nice and screechy. Turn your bass up. Cut one, so let's cut the bass. And then we'll cut the treble just for the sake of. Alright, so that is the GDI 21 by Behringer. It's a fairly cheap solution if you just need a DI box. It works really well as one of those, and then it has some extra options where you can use it for an amp modeling, that sort of thing. It has some decent sounds to it. It's not the same sounds as, say, a Sans amp or one of those really expensive modeling things, but it serves its purpose. Now, some downsides to it. It is, I mean, it's a plastic case, so it's not. I don't know how roadworthy it would be, but if you take care of your stuff, it shouldn't matter. The switch on it is this plastic thing. I'd rather it was a metal switch, but again, as long as you're kind of careful with it, don't throw it around and stomp on it really hard, it should be fine. Standard 9-volt power supply. You know, you got your input and output, so you can run to an amp or something, and then your XLR to run to a board or your recording thing or whatever you're using it for. A downside to it, I would say, is if you put it on, say, let's put it on California hot and put the gain up really high, it is a little loud as far as just buzz. You could put a noise gate between it and the amp if you wanted to sort of fix that a little bit. But now, it does give you some serious volume if you turn it up. It can get loud because the amp is barely on at this point. Give you a quick little comparison. Here's clean. You can almost barely hear it. Then I turn this on. And it gets a lot louder. So, yeah. That is it. That is the Behringer GDI 21. My little review of it real quick. It's a decent little thing. It's definitely worth the money because it's only like 25 bucks, I think, or it was when I bought it. It may have gone up a little bit at this point. But I guarantee you it's probably under 50 if you look for one right now. So, this is the regular guy gear review for this. It's a good option if you're not looking to spend a whole bunch of money on one. Feel free to comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. And check out my other reviews when you get a chance. And keep an eye out for the next one.